Hey everyone, my name's Josh, and you're listening to Waxing Pixels, the Battle Geek Plus podcast. With me I have Heather.
Hi.
Ryan.
Hey.
And Captain Frank.
Indian style.
Yeah, well, no, we all are sitting
Yeah,
Indian
we are all
style.
sitting Indian style.
We are. We haven't quite set up the new place yet. Last week there was no podcast because we were busy moving, and well, now we've got everything set up enough.
Sort of.
That
Everything's set up my ass.
sort of.
Everything's
It's set up enough that we can do sort of a bare bones recording of this podcast.
While we sit on the floor with a blanket.
Yes. Our studio is very sophisticated.
So we're sitting more Indian style than most people, since we're on a blanket.
That's a good point.
That is a good point.
The tribal blanket.
The tribal blanket.
So obviously podcasting was delayed a week. And but that's okay, because there was another delay that sort of overshadowed this, and that is The Last Guardian was once again delayed.
But it's the last delay, though.
The last delay of The Last Guardian.
I hope that's the last delay.
The Last Guardian was supposed to come out October 25th, I believe.
It was supposed to come out like 2 years ago or something like that.
It was supposed to come out on like PS3 or whatever. but it has been delayed once again to, I believe, December 11th.
6th.
6th.
I believe it's December 6th.
It's early December. It will be out, and apparently they're taking care of the last little bits of bugs and stuff like that, as opposed to putting it out on October and doing a day one patch.
Or 6 day one patches.
6 day patches.
Or 5 day one patches or month passes patches that No Man's Sky did.
Right. So now the thing is that's really funny about this delay is that The Last Guardian has been delayed so much that I don't even see anybody getting mad about this one. They're just kind of like, oh yeah,
Another delay. I'm thoroughly convinced now that the developers have realized that if this game is completed, it will destroy the world, and they're trying to save us all by delaying it again.
Hence the last in the Guardian.
I guess the world's going to end December 6th. I'm
might.
calling it now.
I mean, the world didn't end when the Final Fantasy came out, and there's been a bunch of those since. So
Yeah.
hopefully something will save us from whatever The Last Guardian is going to bring upon this wretched Earth.
The last intruder.
The Last Intruder.
And Guardian. Never mind. Just
Okay.
Keep going.
Gotcha. So, didn't you end up playing with that, Frank? Didn't you end up playing with that Last Guardian thing at E3?
Oh yeah,
the
that little
screen.
Screen that was interactive.
Little,
quote,
it was
unquote.
Yeah, it was huge.
Okay, yeah, it was gargantuan.
It was to kind of make the Guardian on the screen look, life
The
size.
Griffin, yeah.
And you could touch it and whatever, and it would follow your hand and everything. And
It was just a big screen, and it was interactive. So yeah. And they had these special objects, whatever, with symbols on them. You could take them up to the screen, and the Griffin would be like, "What's that?" or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that.
okay, awesome. Which, speaking of fan interaction and whatnot, we have another fun story for you today. Sega likes fan projects.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Sega.
So Heather, you read a lot about this. What exactly is going on, and why is it big news?
Oh, well, basically, there have been a lot of fan projects with Sonic because there's a big Sonic fan base. That's a thing that exists. And for the people that aren't the worst fandom of all time, they just happen to like Sonic. There have been some fan-made games. I think the latest one was Green Hill's Paradise Act 2, I think was the name of it. And instead of them being slapped with cease and desist letters, Sega was like, fuck yeah, guys, keep doing that because, that keeps people interested in it. Awesome.
I agree.
And Nintendo is the complete opposite, and that was one of the things the article was talking about, how the slightest little thing Nintendo just sends out their lawyers.
Oh, like the Metroid 2 remake.
Yes, that one.
Which I was
Yeah.
able to get, so
Oh,
you got it.
really?
so I have it.
What was it? Was it like any good or?
Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Well, because Metroid 2 I wasn't the biggest fan of on the Game Boy, but the remake's a lot better, and I grabbed it right before Nintendo pulled it off. But I'm sure you can find it anywhere.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, on some black market,
Yeah.
like a CD bazaar somewhere, in like, I don't know, back alleys of.
Around here, we just call those swap meets.
Our BitTorrent.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a thing too. So yeah, like Sega's pretty much been like, hey guys, like, go for it. I'm sure that there was that the article was talking about a particular website in which Nintendo had basically shut them down, but the website was making money off of ad revenue, which directly violates whatever Digital Media Act or something.
Digital Millennium Copyright Act.
Yes, that one. So since they were making money off of it, Nintendo had every right, as far as I'm concerned, to basically shut them down. But then there have been other instances, like with Metroid, that Metroid remake, that why go after them?
Right.
You
Now,
know?
there's been a lot of, over the years, there's been a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog ROM hacks, for example. Did you guys ever
Yeah.
play any of those?
No.
No.
There was one in particular I remember playing. It was, they built Super Sonic into Sonic 1. But not as like you collect Chaos Emeralds and then you can turn into Super Sonic. It was just
Right.
like, no, you're Super Sonic. Like, that's the game. And that was a lot of stages to keep hearing that same little jingle over and over again, that Super Sonic jingle from
Oh,
Sonic
man.
2. Well, I guess I really don't have much more to say since nobody else has played Sonic ROM hacks. Jeez. But I do have more Sonic news for you, in that Sonic Mania got a collector's edition announced after it leaked on, I think, Amazon the other day. And it is going to be totally badass. Heather, you were the one really reading into this. What does that collector's edition come up with?
Well, honestly, the only thing I was paying attention to, or did I care about, and makes me want to get the game, and I don't care about, a lot of Sonic stuff in general, is that it's going to come with a 12-inch statue of Sonic, and the base will be a mock-up of Sega Genesis. And it looks amazing, and I would get this collector's edition just for that statue.
That statue, by the way, there's a switch on it where when you flip it, it does the classic Sega.
I missed that. I missed that. I really do.
Yep, all of us do.
You
Well,
should
who
set that as
doesn't,
your text tone or something like that. You should be like, Josh, text me.
Sega.
But aside from the statue, it also comes with a download code.
Yeah, well, the
For-
download code, it's a digital game. But there's a metallic gold card that
Oh, yeah.
has the download code on it.
And then aside from that, it also comes with a Sonic cartridge that has a gold ring. with
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So you got a cartridge, you got the 12-inch statue, which has the Sega jingle. You have the metallic gold card that has your download code on it, and it all comes in this nice box that looks like a bigger version of a Sega Genesis game box with the black border and everything like that. It's pretty cool looking. It's coming out for, I believe, $70 for that whole thing, that whole collector's edition.
Well, it's not necessarily like set in stone. That's what the Amazon pre-order page says, but that is subject to change.
Okay, well, if for some reason that were to go up, everyone probably should, who's going to get that, should probably head over to Amazon right now and check and see if it's still $70 and go ahead and put your pre-order down. They aren't going to charge you for that pre-order until the game releases next spring. So you can hop on there, and they have a low price guarantee for pre-orders. So if you get it while it's $70 and then suddenly Sega decides it's worth $100, you're still getting it for $70.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yep.
So definitely hop on there if you're going to get that. Otherwise, Sonic Mania is the first Sonic game that I've really been excited about in a while. I think the last one that I played really seriously was like Sonic Rush, like 10 years ago. So on the Nintendo DS. So like I got Sonic Rush 2 also, and that was all right, but some of the sound effects were annoying, and so I never finished it.
Like, I mean, I remember whenever Sonic Mania was originally announced, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'll totally get that. But, like, you know, I'm kind of like, meh, yeah, I can live without it. But, yeah, I'm sure we'll get it. And maybe not necessarily the collector's edition, but if we did, like, I'd be okay with that just because of the statue, honestly.
Right? Yeah, no, the Sonic Mania collector's edition statue would be a pretty cool thing to have around. But otherwise, you know, we're definitely getting that game. It's not going to be, you know, something that we're going to skip out on. And I think a lot of Sonic fans in our audience are excited for it, especially for the classic bits, which they're putting some the classic stuff into the new Sonic game coming out like next holiday. Not this year, but next year holiday. Classic Sonic's going to be in that one also. It's going to be kind of like Sonic Generations. I wonder if it's going to be just like that, or if they're going to bring the Sonic Boom Sonic into it also, so he can trip over his scarf or something. Oh, Frank, you're not a fan of Sonic Boom?
The TV series is okay. Not a big fan of the games.
I keep forgetting that they made a show out of that.
You never watch it.
It's more like...
No, shit. That's why I said I keep forgetting that they made a TV show out of it, because I've never watched it.
Yeah, they did Dr. Eggman pretty darn good in this TV series. He's actually one of my favorite ones.
Oh, okay.
They screwed up Knuckles so bad. Oh my goodness. He's the dumb one.
Oh, I think you and I had that conversation. Yeah,
I mean, there's some, like, he's got funny moments, but...
He's just like the big dumb moron.
Yeah, he's
friend.
just a big dumb moron.
Well, I mean, looking at his design, like, he looks less like Knuckles and more like Shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Shoulders.
Just looking at his character design, it's all like, oh, he's the Jocko fuckhead.
Yeah.
Like
basically.
He looks like to me, and like I haven't watched the show either, but like he looks like to me, his voice should be all like, "Hey, who stole the Master Emerald?" You know. And
Shadow's in this one. Yeah, they did him good too, but they only had like one episode of him.
Edgy the Hedgehog?
No.
Well, I haven't watched any of it, so.
Okay, well...
But is it better than Sonic Underground?
Yes.
Okay.
From what I understand, like the TV show's not bad. Like that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
Like, the TV show's not bad. It's like it's more like a decent cartoon with a shitty tie-in game. Than,
Yeah.
You know, fun times. But I don't know. Does it really does it replace any of the classic Saturday Sonic cartoon for you?
Do they eat
No.
chili dogs?
Sonic does.
Okay.
He does.
Oh, really?
It's one of his favorite ones.
Oh, I didn't realize they
But
would.
he doesn't eat
they,
it like all the time.
Right. He's
Yeah.
so basically what you're saying is, instead of him being the equivalent of Michelangelo in pizza, you know, he's just like, oh yeah, chili dogs.
He's like the
What I
leader.
love.
He's like Leonardo / Mikey almost.
With the whole, you know, chili dog thing, like, it's funny because, you know, for any kind of anthropomorphic group, it seems like they tried to tie in some kind of favorite food. After the Turtles had their obsession with pizza, like anything that came out, they had to have a specialty food of some kind that they were obsessed with.
Oh yeah, they did that. Street Sharks did it with
Burgers and fries.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, burgers, fries, and shakes.
Yeah, there was even like a little gag they put in there, like to kind of like poke fun at the Turtles, like where the Street Sharks' friend, their human friend, someone toward the beginning of the series was all like, "Hey guys, you want to go out for pizza?" And they're all like, "Pizza, yuck!"
Yeah, I remember that. And then there's also Biker Mice from Mars, and were hot dogs and root beer.
Hot dogs and root beer.
And there was a joke in one of the first episodes whenever they first meet their human friend, Charlie. She was all like, you know, what are you guys? Gerbils? And they're like, well, something along the lines of that. And they're like, no, we're mice, ma'am. And then, which I think it was the big guy who was the muscle. His name was Moto, I think. And his line was, "You were expecting turtles, maybe?"
They did also in not necessarily in terms of favorite food, but Samurai Pizza Cats poked fun at the turtles also in their opening.
Oh,
Like, they have more fur than any turtle ever had.
oh yeah, but
Yeah.
the English version was just.
It's amazing.
Oh my god!
You can shut up.
Okay, fine, whatever. So yeah, Sonic had his chili dogs, and then, let's see, Thundercats didn't have anything like that.
Well, they predated the turtles.
They predated the
in
turtles.
terms of like the cartoon and
They
pizza
were
and all
more.
that
Yeah.
They were
stuff.
more serious than the
They were
turtles.
more serious. And then
need to save the planet.
let's see.
No,
Um,
different kind of serious. Not
Catman.
not that kind of serious. More like let's go, guys. Kind
Yeah.
of serious. Like
that was a nice line right there. But yeah, and then like with SWAT Cats, they didn't have that though. I mean,
no, they didn't.
they drank milk. I mean, that was
But that's a
Milk.
cat thing.
That's
yeah.
cat
They were like
yeah.
all cats in the universe, though.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's kind of like
There were like no humans,
You know-
like a human in a cat world.
I gotta wonder if like maybe SWAT Cats and BoJack Horseman take place in the like different cities in the same universe
Why is that?
because there's no like regular people.
Oh, okay,
Like it's
but
all animal people.
but in BoJack Horseman there are plenty of humans.
Right, you're right. Oh,
And then
no,
also
I was getting that wrong. I was thinking about how in BoJack Horseman there's no like regular animals. So
Oh.
I just kind of got that mixed
okay,
up.
but the thing is with the BoJack
Where did they get
universe
their
is
meat?
that the anthropomorphic animals don't have tails, whereas
Right.
all the cats in SWAT Cats have tails.
Well, now I don't have a halfway put together meme that I can creepily
Nope.
share around the internet.
Nope, you screwed
And-
that up.
No,
You're
you
thinking-
screwed it up.
Oh well, I'm
you
sorry
were
that
thinking
your
too
knowledge sucks. Apparently,
Your knowledge sucks
That I
because
know
it was
about
true
things like
and messed
SWAT
up my
cats.
knowledge, which was false.
Dad, please stop fighting.
Well, like the point is, anthropomorphic beings just love junk food.
And me.
I mean, BoJack Horseman, he does like his junk food. I mean,
Unless Rule
scotch
30.
and cocaine.
Unless Rule 34 applies.
What does Rule 34 have to do with junk food?
No.
I mean, unless you can probably find Rule 34 of junk food.
You just have to watch Sausage Party.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh yeah, like I'm gonna waste my time seeing that.
That was actually pretty good, and it got really, really weird at the very end.
Well, of course it would have gotten really weird. Like the title, the character models, the director. Yeah.
Anywho, Sonic likes chili dogs. That was the moral of that story. Don't worry about that collector's edition, folks.
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 I wanted to really.
FAULKS. Folks.
No, like FO, like really enunciate the LKS.
Okay.
Folks. Instead of.
So
because-
FO capital LKS.
Yeah, as opposed to like, maybe like under enunciating it and be all like, get that collector's edition, you fucks. But then I'd sound more like Joe Rogan, and well, I don't want to steal his podcast ideas. I don't need that kind of.
Of cursing at his fan base.
Yeah, well, maybe I just need to find a more endearing way, because like I can't steal his endearing way. Just what's up, you fucks? Like that's theft. But like if I'm just all like, ho ho ho, shit faces. Like,
That's theft from Frank.
Then that's stolen from Frank. So yeah. Moving on. There is actually, this isn't Sonic or Sega related at all or anything, but I had read today that Suda51, he actually wants to remaster Killer 7 and No More Heroes. He's currently working on another project at the moment, but after that, like that's what he wants to do, is just kind of bring those up into like a couple of his fan favorites into the current generation. And Killer 7, I never really got into that.
That
But-
was the one. It was. Didn't you play
Psychedelic,
from,
all weird?
like a
Yeah.
first-person perspective, and you would be in a room and you would choose a direction to go, and it just move you. Like you didn't like run around. Your character didn't like run around or anything.
like I said, I didn't really play Killer 7.
I feel
so-
like I remember Matt Johnson playing that in high school, and I just remember thinking how weird it was. Because he'd be standing in a hallway, and then he would have two choices to move forward in the hallway or the back of the hallway, and he would have to press the corresponding button, and then he would move to that next segment until he encountered somebody or something.
Right.
I thought that was odd. I mean, it was very stylized, which is very much with Suda 51. Yeah. I think the world's ending. Ooh, maybe that donut shop's open again.
Right? Earlier we heard a bunch of sirens outside when we were coming back in, and there's all like, man, something really, really big must be going on. I'm like, new donut shop. Apparently the next shift is coming on to check out the new donut shop. But but No More Heroes, you know, like I was huge fan of No More Heroes. Like I had like 11 save files for that game or something.
Yes, you played it all the fucking time.
Like I had like my like main save file, and then I had like save files for like each like stage, so that like I could like just go to whatever stage I wanted.
You did.
Like at any time I wanted. And it got to the point, like, I got through the game a couple of times, and after that, like, you really don't need to play the mini games anymore. Like, you just have so much money that, like, and, like, I don't think you need to pay the entrance fees, like, in, like, replaythroughs or anything like that. But, you know, like, I'm, like, totally maxed out, new game plus, you know, just going through and destroying everything. And plus, there was one mission that you could unlock, an assassination mission, which was timed, and you just kill as many people as possible, and that gave you lots and lots and lots of money.
I remember you playing those a lot, all the time.
My spleen!
But and like discovering all the random crap they didn't tell you about like the motorcycle that like you could do with it and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like different ways of like, you know, like drifting around corners and stuff and everything. And the city, there really wasn't much to do in the city, but it was still fun to ride around on the motorcycle, like the sort of mock-up Akira, like, bike, you know, like, it was pretty fun. The second one was pretty fun, too, but, the first one definitely have greater memories of that.
I'm convinced that wherever this donut shop is, it's right outside our apartment.
I think so, too, because the
sirens haven't left.
Yeah.
Now they're leaving.
There they go. They heard you. Didn't our neighbors say that like we live like next to a fire station or something like that? Didn't they say that's what it was?
There's a fire station really close by.
Yeah, so that's actually what it is. But anyway,
whatever.
I'm used to that.
I'm sure firefighters enjoy donuts too. They're just able to burn it off better than cops.
Burn it off. I see.
I actually did not mean to do that. So that was unintentional.
Why do you have to lie to us?
I mean, if you want me to be that much better than you, fine. I'll admit it.
Did anybody else here play No More Heroes at all?
I played the first one. I didn't beat it. I played like halfway, and I enjoyed it, but for some reason I just never picked it up again.
It's because you're a horrible human being, right?
Yes, I know.
So, and I don't know, you've obviously been around, Frank, you've been around me enough while playing it.
Yeah.
That like you remember fucking lines from the game.
I didn't have to.
My spleen!
I didn't have to play it because you played it so often that I knew all the story and where all the secrets were and.
Right.
And oh my God, I have to let everybody know that Josh would spend forever going through the closets and dressing Travis up in all these different outfits, trying to decide which would be perfect to kick ass in that day.
It was his GTA.
It was his GTA, and we have picture proof from whenever he had his Travis touchdown phase. We have pictures of him doing a Travis touchdown look.
Yeah, no, I had
the glasses, the hair. You'd get like a jacket, you know, your grunge shoes.
I had some Chucks or whatever, and like some random fun. Like I had a bunch of like random funny ass T-shirts like Travis did, which I mean that's normal. A lot of people, you know.
Well, that's true.
But,
I mean, right now the shirt you're wearing is a donut screaming because they found a donut that is bleeding to death from the jelly coming out of a bite.
Maybe
out of
the
its
cops
head.
are looking for that instead.
Oh, maybe they're looking for the donut murderer.
Right. But yeah, like that was like No More Heroes was like my jam for a really long time.
Such a long time.
And I really hope that they do. He wanted to do Killer 7 first, and then after that, No More Heroes. And you know, it'd be cool to finally check out Killer 7. But definitely, if during this or the next console generation, if I could get, you know, some remaster of No More Heroes to play, you know, on like the PS4 or the NX or something like that.
I could see you accidentally vigorously shaking the controller to try and charge up your lightsaber.
Yeah, the beam katana, thank you.
Whatever.
Yeah, the charging up, that was always so fun. I charge up a lot.
Her, I'm charging something up. Her, I'm jerking off. Her.
I charge up, a few times a week. So, yeah.
You better get on my level, son.
I mean, I'm married, so.
What, your level? So he needs to do that several times a day?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, well, see, he doesn't have to do that. Because, I help half the time.
That's the reason. That's the reason. She's holding you back.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm holding you back, honey.
Yeah, you're holding me back. I can't charge up so much if you keep doing it for me. I mean, how am I ever
I'm sucking all the power out of you.
Oh.
Giggity.
Oh, wow. That's. This is not a child-friendly show.
We're almost turning this into Smodcast.
You need an adult.
I am an adult.
So
yeah, see, Josh has the beard like Kevin Smith now.
I do, and Kevin Smith and Kevin Smith probably weighs less than me now. Like he's lost a lot of weight. Like
which is awesome.
He kind of has like when he first lost all that weight and I first saw him, he kind of had this George Carlin look to him, just because everything hadn't quite. No, it's like he was big for so long and then he lost all this weight and his skin hadn't really kind of pulled into being used to being skinny yet, and and I didn't mean it in this horrible bad way. I mean, George Carlin is awesome and he's worked with George Carlin several times before, and I was just he's looking kind of like George Carlin now,
right?
So that's and then that was a good thing. It was it's a nerdy George Carlin as a Batman fan, kind of guy. So which I'm glad that after he lost that weight, he didn't change it to formerly Fat Man on Batman or anything like that, or Skinny Man on Batman or anything like that. I'm glad he kept it like that. But anyway, so as we had said before, there was no podcast last week. And you know what? That's okay, because right after the day we would have recorded it anyway, the PS4 Pro and PS4 Slim were announced. So that would have been horrible to have this podcast come out, on Thursday and then not talk about the PS4 Pro or Slim at all. So now we have a PS4 here from the 2013 launch. We got it really early into 2014. And some of the features, Heather, you were reading about some of the features and whatnot of the Pro and the Slim and everything.
Well, one of the things with the Slim, they were talking about the reduction in size. They reduced it in size by 30%, weight by 16%. But one of the really impressive things is that they've actually increased the power capabilities of it by more than 25%, which I think is fucking great.
The Pro or the Slim?
The Slim.
Okay, the power capabilities. What do you mean?
It just said that they increased the power capabilities by 20, I think it was 7% or something like that.
Okay.
I think the reason for that would be due to the fact that it is 4K compatible, so that's fucking amazing. I remember whenever you and I went in one day, fairly recent, to get, something at Best Buy, and we happened to go through the TV section, and just standing in front of that 4K TV and watching 4K footage, I thought my face melted off. It was insane. It was so amazing.
Yeah, 4K is pretty rad, and it was funny. I remember seeing stuff about the announcement in 4K and whatnot, and it was funny watching a YouTube video of the Sony presentation, and when they would cut to showing off 4K content, but I'm watching it in 720 in a YouTube window or something like that, and people are taking pictures of it and stuff like that, the press and everything, and I'm just kind of like, man, I bet this would be impressive. And like there was one point where he was actually talking about like the he's like, oh well, you got this and this and this in 4K, and you could see this now. And it's like, well, I can't, but I bet it's pretty cool. So
Right.
it's kind of like when the 3DS first was like first a thing, and like you'd see all of these and you'd see all these pictures of like games and whatnot, but you couldn't see them in 3D obviously.
Yeah.
And like early adopters of the 3DS, like there has been a couple of times where like someone would be all like, oh man, this 3DS game is really cool, look, and they took a picture of like their screen while the 3D was on and then like sent it to me, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, that's blurry as fuck. They're like, what, you can't see the 3D? I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, people can be stupid.
Yeah, I also heard that actually it might not play 4K Blu-rays, but it'll just upscale them, from what I heard.
Yeah, I heard that out of all the things that Sony,
Yeah.
like, why would Sony skip out on 4K Blu-ray?
Yeah, I think the internet was like bitching about that, like
The
massively.
internet bitches about everything.
I mean, like Blu-ray is like that's like Sony's thing,
Oh. The article said the reason why they weren't going to do that is because one of the scientists said, fuck you, that's why.
God
Get
damn
me
it.
every damn week. Every damn week.
Yeah, I
you
could
get
go
me
for
with
that too,
this.
Frank.
Fuck.
Wow, you set that up pretty well because you started being all. As soon as you said scientist, I went, oh, because I read the article just before we started recording. So
Well, actually, if you said engineer, that definitely would have.
yeah,
caught
if you
everybody.
had said developer or something like that, like I'd have been like, okay, continue.
I was on the spot.
But yeah, well, the
scientist.
second you said scientist, I went, oh, it's fuck you.
No, I was
God
like,
damn it, Frank.
Well, Frank, I have a question for you then. Well, then how come they only upgraded the storage to 1 terabyte?
Fuck you, that's why.
But one of the things they were talking about was that they were talking about some games are already being slated to be re-released to be able to do 4K, including things like Uncharted 4, which that blows my mind because playing Uncharted 4, it was amazing. I mean, I can't imagine the graphics getting better. Like, I don't know. It's like one of those things where I specifically remember whenever the first Devil May Cry came out. And I remember there was a part where you were outside of the castle and you were running along the cliff and the sun was going down, so the sun is like halfway set and there's the ocean. And I just remember like playing the game with my cousin and like a friend, and we all stopped and we were all like, wow, look at those graphics. It can't get any better than this. Like, this scene is so beautiful. Like we're kids, and it's like, what kid says, this scenery is beautiful? Like, we were so just blown away and just amazed by the graphics at this particular scene. And like, I feel like at that very moment, like, yeah, I've seen 4K, but I can't imagine Uncharted 4 getting better graphically. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, at one point do we hit where graphics can no longer get better? Like, we keep thinking we've hit that point,
and then something happens.
and then something happens.
Suddenly, like, yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's gonna get so detailed that you can actually see the bacteria on Nathan Drake's forehead.
I'd still fuck him.
Now, one thing that they did mention in that PlayStation blog that you were reading was that all the like core gaming content and whatnot is going to be available across all PlayStation 4 models. Like whether you get whether you have the original, whether you get the Slim, whether you get the Pro, you're still going to be able to do PSVR.
Yeah.
You're still going to be able to play all the same games and all that stuff. Get on the PlayStation Store all the same way and everything. It's not going to be like the 3DS and the new 3DS where there's like games where it's like, nah, you've got to have a new 3DS or fuck you, that's why.
Yeah.
So I tried to
Oh, you fail.
I tried to put
You know
it
what
on
that
Frank.
means? When we're done, you will have to go pick up alcohol. That is your job for this
at the market with the bars on it, where
right?
where Ryan tried to pick up sour cream. the quote unquote market. It's the liquor store like across the street from us. But yeah, it's not going to be like that. Like no matter which PlayStation you have, like you're not really missing out on any like really required core features or anything like that. It's pretty well good to go.
Yeah, earlier, so we have the standard PS4.
That's what we have.
Yeah, which
Yeah, and then the PS4 Pro
right.
and the Slim have been announced, which I believe one of them's coming out like literally 2 days from now. The Slim?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Slim is coming out on the 15th, and then the Pro is due to be available next year in the spring, I think.
No, November this year.
November, no.
This year.
This year?
Yeah,
oh,
wow.
fuck.
Yeah,
My dates
Well,
are all
there's
screwed.
a lot of stuff that we're looking forward to that's coming out in the spring.
True. But I was just thinking about earlier, so we have the PS4, the Pro and the Slim, but what did you call the PS4 Pro earlier? The 3-layer cake?
Yeah, the 3-layered cake. Yeah, because we were looking at pictures of it. Because a few podcasts ago we were talking about how there was those leaked pictures of the Slim, and then we looked at that picture of the Pro on the PlayStation blog, and it's like a PS4, only it's like like 3 pieces instead of like 2. And I ended up calling it like a 3-layer cake, and I don't know, you got a kick out of that.
I did. I thoroughly did.
Yeah.
It made me want cake.
I really don't see us like going out of our way to upgrade to the 3-layer cake, but
Probably
Ryan,
not.
you tend to upgrade in the middle of a consoles generation more often than we do. Like, are you planning on getting the Pro or the Slim?
Yeah, maybe the Pro, because I know I can trade in my older model, and get $100 off it.
Right.
So,
That's true. Oh, which another thing about the price points is that the Pro is going to be $400. The
Okay.
Slim is going to be $300.
Okay, yeah, that
So-
makes sense. I mean, because the original model was $400 to start with,
Right.
and then we.
But I feel like the Slim is kind of going the route of the Xbox One, but One S.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
which they had slim models of the 360 and the PS3, and
Yeah.
they had a
PS2.
slim model of the PS2,
Yeah.
which is always cheaper than the original one, and usually they tend to run better also. I mean, unless our PS4 like breaks down like outside of its protection plan, and we have to buy a new one. Like, I really don't
Like
think
if
we're gonna do
Frank was like juggling like our PlayStation and like his computer and like the vacuum and he dropped it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which really the only hard part about that for Frank is the fact that the vacuum is like so much more heavy.
Then you
Then-
can't play games on the vacuum.
No. We were at the
Yeah.
we were at AM/PM, the gas
The other
station,
night, yeah.
and the guy at the counter was talking about juggling, and then we were talking about you since you know how to juggle, Frank.
Sort of. I mean, I
And,
juggle 3 balls.
Frank, you received legit juggling pens for Christmas one year.
I still can't do them.
But no, you can juggle the balls like you could juggle balls like really well. Like, you're really good at juggling balls.
Yeah, 3 of them.
Yeah, like there's
Gay
just
joke
lots of-
here.
And he was talking about how juggling gets a whole lot more difficult when like one of the objects is like much heavier than the other or whatever. And I just explained the joke, and she just explained my other joke, and now they're no longer funny.
Well, all I can think of now is that commercial that informed me that marathon juggling is a thing.
Is it?
Yeah, there's like some hotel commercial, and apparently the world record holder for running a marathon while juggling, that's a thing.
See, when you said marathon juggling, I was thinking of just like juggling for a really, really long
Yeah,
time.
yeah, nope. This is running a marathon whilst juggling the entire time.
I mean, I suppose you can get a world record in something if like it's like shit that nobody else ever does.
True, but I don't know. They kind of made it sound as if like this is a thing that people do.
Well, I mean, like, if you get enough people doing it, like, I could probably, like, you give me enough time, I could probably come up with enough people that I can give myself a world record in, like, I don't know, the longest time somebody bicycles while eating peanut butter. Yeah. like
With chopsticks.
with chopsticks.
Wow.
And on that note, we've really run out of news to talk about this week. The podcast is back on its normal schedule as of this week. We're going to kind of help do some things to make the sound a little bit better for next time. We're still getting the acoustics down in this place. And after that, we'll be able to start putting out more of that content that we've been teasing this past few weeks on the podcast. Anyway, my name's Josh. With me, Ryan.
Hey.
Heather.
Bye.
And Frank,
What's going on?
who were all supposed to say bye, but that's
I
okay.
said bye.
Oh.
Thank you very fucking much.
You did, but whatever.
Farewell.
Bye.
Is that better?
There we go.
Is that
Yes,
better?
that's very. That's
Ignore
very
the morons.
So, anyway, so they're here. I don't know what they're doing, but they're here, but not for long. We're leaving. You can catch Battle Geek Plus on Tuesdays on YouTube and Channel Awesome. You can catch this podcast on Thursdays on YouTube, Channel Awesome, and on whatever sort of subscription thing you want to do, iTunes or SMS, whatever. In addition to that, we have a couple of other shows that we like to do, usually drop on Sundays. We have Awesome Video Game Memories, usually starring Ryan, but we'll probably get some more of us doing those pretty soon.
Yep.
And the occasional Battle Geek Plus Arcade Edition, where we play arcade games at the arcade. So go ahead and check those out. They're pretty fun. And we will see you next week.
Later.